Hello and welcome to the second day of December, which means the second day of us reviewing root beer. I'm Mark.
I'm Eric.
And today we're reviewing the Walgreens Nice brand root beer.
You know, we're pretty excited about this. For the folks, our international viewers, today was a snow day. Mark here had off the whole day. Even I was able to go home a little bit early from work. So we'll see if that impacts the taste. You know, there might be some psychological effects at play, you know.
Considering he took a nap after he got home from work.
We don't know what that has to do with anything, but just psychological effects at play, you know, associating maybe the taste of this root beer to the joy of having a snow day. We'll see if, you know, if that plays anything. You know, as Mark mentioned, this is Nice brand, which is basically just a generic Walgreens brand. Look at the packaging. It says right here, I don't know if you can see it on the label, satisfaction 100% guaranteed. You know, that's a very bold statement, you know, coming from a generic brand. You know, it's really going to be interesting to see how it stacks up against a more established, well-known soft drink company. Just looking at the label a little bit more. I'm not really sure how I feel about this visual right here, Mark. It shows it looks to be an ice cube dropping into a liquid, I guess, the root beer. Yeah, that's just an interesting visual. You would think of more of that's a ice cube dropping into maybe a hard liquor. Not that I don't know anything about that. It's a very interesting visual. Only 160 calories per serving. Does that mean for the whole 2 liter? I don't know.
So some things to point out. This is caffeine free. There's 6 servings per container, each is 12 ounces, and each ounce has a total of 44 grams of sugar. So not quite as much as A&W. So we'll see how it turns out.
Not that we've had A&W yet, so I guess that's a sneak preview on Mark's end. A couple more things. Bold letters, refresh, and then not bold letters, simple. I guess they're saying refreshment is simple, but it's not always simple, so kind of bold declaration there as well. It also says they're honest, which means, you know, this root beer is trying not to be something it's not. It says it's nice with an exclamation point, but is it really nice? We'll be the judge. Nice. Haha, you see what we did there? And it says refresh again. My goodness. I kid you not, folks. It says refresh twice. Are they being redundant, or are they just really driving the point home? Again, we will find out. Anything else to add about the history of Nice brand or anything we've seen online?
Well, one blogger from Anthony's Root Beer Barrel, found on rootbeerbarrel.com, he gave it a 60 out of 100, and we'll see, that was a little while ago, like a decade ago if I'm being honest, so we'll see how it stacks up to today, and if that 60 is true or not.
Alright, just from the smell alone, as you just saw me open up the bottle, definitely has that generic root beer taste that you get from any kind of store brand, supermarket brand root beer. Definitely a much more sugary taste, or not taste, so to speak, the smell, compared to Ryan's root beer from yesterday. We can get into the taste. Let's see how these pours go. Mark will pour his. Good smattering, if you will, a good smattering of fizz. Those bubbles suppressed rather rapidly, though. You know, just pouring it in, it looked like we were going to get a good deal of foam, but they suppressed rapidly. I don't know what that means, that decrease in bubbles, but any comments on the aroma, Mark?
It tastes very sugary, so I'm looking forward to it.
It smells very sugary. Yes.
It does.
Cheers. Ooh.
Distinct taste.
Huh. Well, I know I have some initial thoughts. Mark, does anything stand out to you from the start?
It doesn't taste much like root beer, to be honest.
I'm really glad he brought that point up. It shows you how in sync these brothers' minds are. you get the sugary taste right away, but it's not distinctively root beer. You know, it could be just any generic soft drink. It could not even be called root beer. It could just be nice brand sugar water. That's not a diss, and we'll see if it impacts my ultimate score. I'm still making the assessment my end. But when I'm drinking a root beer, I want to know I'm drinking a root beer. And I just taste sugar. And again, for Mark to say that, and he loves the sugar, as he mentioned yesterday, for that to stand out above all, that really says something. And again, as we do these root beers, we can't hold the generic to any lower standard compared to any other root beer. We're using that 1 to 10 scale on every single root beer.
No whole numbers.
No whole
Only
numbers,
decimals.
of course. So honestly, I'm gonna just see how it stacks up on Mark's end. Mark, do you have a score?
I'd have to say a 6.8. Because although it doesn't taste very similar to root beer I've had in the past, it does still taste good, even though it might not be quite what you're expecting when you buy a root beer. It still tastes pretty good, so I think that's why I should get a 6.8.
What did I say yesterday for Ryan's? 6.4?
Yes.
Oof. You can tell I'm a hard marker. One more sip. I'm gonna have to go with 5.2. I know low scores. A lot of the commenters, a lot of the critics, if you will, the media critics, who were talking to us after a review yesterday, said, "Hey, how are you gonna maintain such a tough scoring basis all the way through?" Well, folks, after 2 days, I just haven't been that impressed, so to speak, with these two very distinct and very different products. Again, yesterday the regional brew. Today, a very generic, mass-distributed root beer. Again, today I can only give it a 5.2. We're going in the wrong direction, bud. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but not very impressed so far.
Only room to go up, I guess. So hopefully we'll get surprised with a few good brands in the coming days. And it'll be better than Nice and Ryan Old Fashioned.
Yep. I am not refreshed. I'm not refreshed again. Nice? Question mark? Gotta cross out that exclamation point. Anything else to add?
Nope. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Shout out to the alma mater, hockey #2, undefeated in the nation right now. Keep it up, baby. Let's go.